Hey G Squad, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I made this simple fish and shrimps over grits breakfast. So if you'd like to see how I made this meal, then keep watching. Alright family, so everything that I'm showing you, I'm going to make sure I list it in the description box, so don't have to worry about pausing and trying to write anything down if you're going to try this recipe. And the grits that I'm using, these are Quaker 5-minute grits. I'm going to let them cook for 25 minutes. So now I'm starting off with adding some olive oil to the fish. Then I'm going to follow up with all the seasonings that I showed you in the beginning. Now, if you're new to my channel, I thank you so much for stopping in. However, I don't do measurements on this channel. I do say just season your food to your liking. Okay, so now on the stove I have my pan, and I added 2 tablespoons of olive oil and allowed that to heat up slightly. And then now, as you can see, I added the peppers there, and so these are going to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes till they have like a nice little caramelized color on them. Alright family, so now in the same pan we're going to continue on to make our gravy, and the flour that I'm using is the all-purpose flour. And so just a really quick side note, and I should have my chef card revoked for this, do not use a fork to mix your gravy or cook anything, because you can really damage your pan, scrape it up. The only reason I'm doing this is because it's already been damaged, but nevertheless, you know, use a whisk, you know, for this, okay? So moving right along, so now I'm just going to cook this flour and this oil until it starts turning like a nice brownish color. Then once I reach the color that I'm looking for, once it's cooked to my liking, then I'm going to follow up with a cup of warm to hot water. And so now I used about, I want to say about 3 tablespoons of the flour, and then I ended up using probably about 3 cups of water. So I wanted it to be a nice consistency, a thickness, not too watery, but not too thick. And so again, if you make this, you know, just eyeball it, and just gradually add your water, because once you add too much water, you can't turn back. So just gradually add it, allow it to cook, and if it's going to get thickened, if it's going to thicken, it's going to do it, you know, as you're watching it, okay? If that makes sense. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to follow up, you know, with my simple seasoning, salt, pepper, and probably some, you know, onion powder. Then I'm going to cover it and then allow it to simmer. Okay, so while the gravy's on a low simmer, let's check on these grits. And as you can see, y'all, they're nice and creamy. They've been cooking now for about a good 20 minutes. So I'm going to put it on low and allow it to simmer for 5 more minutes while we finish with the rest of the dish. All right, so now that the gravy is done simmering, it's time to add the fish and the shrimp. And so now, as far as the fish, the next time I make this, when I cook it in the air fryer, instead of letting it cook for 10 minutes, I only let it cook for like 7 minutes, because I would have preferred my fish to be a little moist. It was kind of a little bit too overcooked for me. It wasn't like dry, but I definitely prefer it like moist and flaky. And so the shrimps, as you can see, they were pre-cooked shrimp. So this is going to go for maybe like another 2 to 3 minutes, and then it is done. And then, you know, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and get this plated.